Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches!
I do want to talk about another one that I watched.
Okay, good.
Called Nutcracker Christmas.
Oh boy.
This one was like pretty legit. It's starring Amy Acker, who you probably don't know. She was in the Joss Whedon Much Ado About Nothing.
Okay.
She was in Dollhouse. She's great. I love her. But anyway, she plays an ex-dancer, ex-ballerina. On her big night, her sister, who's been her supporter her whole life, she's gonna go out on stage, dies in a car accident. And you're like, fuck. And so then she has to go back home and take care of her sister's daughter, and she quits ballet. But her boyfriend was totally Charlie from Center Stage. It's that absurd thing of like, well, she's been doing a lot of yoga, so she could definitely like do a full-on like ballet performance, like on no notice.
Sure, she's been
no
on
problem.
It. Yeah,
her flexibility is still.
She's great.
Great, so she can like definitely just like full-on be a ballerina again in like a week. Yeah, it's great. Apparently, Amy Acker, the actress, did ballet for like a decade or something.
Oh wow,
crazy.
Oh, so it was like
so
legit.
She kind of, you know, like more
fudged it
more than the average person could fudge it enough. But I was reading about it. Apparently, she like had to get some knee surgery from a brown recluse spider bite that like ended her ballet career, like in real life. This isn't a Hallmark movie.
I mean, it could be.
It could be a Christmas recluse.
Oh boy, no, it's too dark for that. Can I tell you a weird subplot sideline story of my own life?
Sure.
Just real weird, silly.
Is it that scorpion in your pants story?
No, I already told you that one. No. So my first and only girlfriend was a ballerina.
Great.
And so every year I would go see a Southwest Nutcracker.
What?
Nutcracker. The Southwest Nutcracker. But it was like every year I would go because like I was little gay Andrew who didn't know.
How long did you date? That it was years of going to this.
Well, we were best friends. I mean, like we're still friends, but like you know, so we were friends for a long time, and then like we were boyfriend girlfriend for like probably a couple of years. In like
couple of years?
Second to third grade, Avaryl. This is not like, you know, we would talk on the phone and say I love you, and then like we never like really. I think we might have kissed once. Like, yeah.
So I was really expecting a story about a brown recluse spider.
Oh no, sorry. I don't have any brown recluse spider stories. Just gay Nutcracker stories. We also then.
Ooh, the gay Nutcracker.
Love it. Oh no, I don't love it. That's a horror movie.
Yeah, that does sound like some sort of horror porn. So this movie was super cute. She has to. So now her niece that she's taking care of has grown up to be a ballerina, right?
Sure.
She's in the blood or whatever, and she's the new up and coming one. So she gets cast as Clara, and of course Charlie is now the director of like the
of course
of the play,
good, perfect,
right?
Great.
He's the Peter Gallagher character now, and you know, they fall in love and she has to last minute be in the show and he has to last minute be in the show so they can finally do the dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies together.
Oh, I love it.
But there was a lot of like good dancing. I mean, you know, for like a movie.
Sure.
And I was pleasantly surprised with this one.
Okay, good.
At one point, Charlie has an emotional dance scene where he's like, oh, just gotta dance.
Oh my God.
Just having so many feelings. I gotta dance. And it's like, yes. So I would actually recommend that one. It was super cute and they're both, Charlie's like, a good actor for a dancer, and Amy Acker is like a great actress who can dance.
Sure,
so it was like,
that's a nice combination.
And the niece is like an actual dancer. So it's like they did their due diligence. So I turned this one on like real early in the morning, and I literally had the thought, am I having a stroke? Because I was so confused. So it's called Engaging Father Christmas.
Oh boy.
And I'm watching it, and there's like a recap. And like, it was like last week on Engaging Father Christmas, this happened. And I was like, wait, what? So I'm like, wait.
Was this like Days of Our Lives or something? No. Like a special Christmas episode that you just got sucked into?
No. So I was like, what the fuck is this? I was really confused. It still was. I was watching it. And then it starts, and there's a woman, and she's packing. And the way it's edited, it seems like she's packing multiple times of the same shot. And I was like, wait a minute, like something's wrong. Like I was like, oh no, what's happening? I've gone into some sort of like Hallmark Christmas like I don't know, turmoil. Something's happening. And so I was like, I gotta turn this off.
Sure.
I didn't I kept watching it because Wendy Malick was in it. And I was like, yes! You know Wendy Malick from Frasier and from Hot in Cleveland. She's like tall and brassy. And oh my God, she's fabulous.
Was she in Frasier?
Did you watch the later seasons when she's Martin's girlfriend? She's Ronnie. His like tall, that he marries.
Maybe.
Anyway, she's fabulous. She's like one of my favorite people. She's most assuredly on Fabulous Cunt Island.
Cool.
Most assuredly. So anyway, I genuinely thought I was losing my mind and having a stroke. Turns out, last year, there was a movie called like Meeting Father Christmas or some bullshit. And this was the sequel. But they didn't do like anyway, let's just write it into the plot of the movie.
Right, they were like, let's recap the previous movie.
Recap. So I was like, what's happening? So it wasn't very good. But that's, I didn't see the original, the first one, so I was quite confused for a lot of it. Basically, the girl from When Calls the Heart she lives in Seattle. She has fallen in love with an innkeeper in Vermont. Last year's Ohio.
Yeah, this year's Vermont. I think it's time we talk about A Christmas Prince.
The Netflix original movie. I mean, this does make me think that Netflix gets it.
Well, okay.
On one hand, but also this movie was bad. So.
Well, it was bad. It wasn't one of the best ones.
Well, it didn't have, like, with the Hallmark ones, they always, at their core, have a heart.
Sure.
Like, have a real saccharine, just sort of like, we're nice.
They put the heart in.
Like, we try.
Yeah.
It's sweet, and this was, like, trying to do that, but failing.
Well, so it's interesting. I interned during college at this production company.
Oh, weird.
And they did
you read a script called The Christmas Prince?
I didn't, but I did definitely put together some pitch decks for movies like this. I certainly paid off for Netflix because that's all that everyone's been talking about. They're like, fuck these real movies. Well, real movies.
Do you think...
No one is talking about Bright. It's a Netflix original movie that they spent $130 million on.
Never heard of it.
Will Smith.
Nope.
Like action, sci-fi. No one...
Got nothing.
Nothing.
Do you think this movie made more money and was more popular because Prince Harry just got engaged?
I'm sure that certainly helped it. What I've told people who have watched this and been like, oh my God, it was so fun. Like, these movies are so silly. I was like, you need to go watch A Royal Christmas.
Oh boy. Yes, with Lacey Chabert.
Yeah.
Jane Seymour?
Yeah, Jane Seymour. Because I feel like...
stupider.
It is stupider.
But like, it's not. But it is.
It's
more...
so similar. But
it's
like...
the same movie.
It's basically the same movie. But it's just somehow better.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
It's got that Hallmark, like, heart or something.
And schlock. I don't know. There's just...
It's campy. This wasn't campy.
Not campy enough.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't campy.
I agree.
Well, it starts, and there's a very generic Christmas knockoff song playing.
It's our favorite time of year. The snow falls through the night.
Check. Drink.
And her... Can we talk about her boss for a while?
Oh, God.
His Royal Hotness is due back this weekend, but just in case he abdicates, I need somebody there to capture the fireworks.
I feel like we really have to take some time and break this movie down.
This should be baffling.
You're talented, hungry, smart. And none of my regular writers can go this week.
She seems like she's in Sleepaway Camp.
No, that wouldn't be good at all.
Oh no, you have to write this story right now. Oh my God, you have to take your Christmas vacation and fly to Genovia?
I was just gonna say, tell me, what do you know about Genovia? Or whatever. And it was like, well, nothing. Why? In what world, first of all, in what world would a magazine that doesn't typically cover this stuff send anyone, let alone a junior editor, we'll get to that, to a press conference? That's the whole point, is that everyone they release a press release and then you just cover that.
Yeah.
It's not like she's going to get some exclusive.
Because she had to fall in love, Andrew. Maybe the boss was secretly Santa.
Maybe. Oh, I would have loved that.
So, what do you know about the royal family of Aldovia?
Or if there was like a secret Santa that came in and was like, I need an article about this. Send anyone you can get. You know what? Send her.
Wilford Brimley shows up and goes, that's the girl. That's the ticket. Send her.
And she like comes in. She's plucky. Send her to cover Genovia. That would have solved a lot of problems there. Still doesn't really solve the question of, she's lamenting the fact that she's an editor, which is somehow below a journalist. But usually it goes like writer then editor.
I think what they were saying was that she was a copywriter.
I just had a couple of questions about your article, the Fashion Week piece that I'm editing.
That's when you do the grammar and stuff,
No.
right?
No, copywriting.
Like, what's Drew Barrymore in Never Been Kissed? Isn't she a copy editor?
Copy editor.
Max wanted 300 words and this is 650.
Amber, I don't have time for this right now. Just clean it up.
It's not just a cleanup, it's a major rewrite.
What are you, the executive editor now?
I think they misspoke or miswrote this, and she was a copy editor. Like, she was like grammaring and like fixing people's paragraph structure.
Well, yeah, she was a junior editor.
Right. But I'm saying if you're a journalist, you get to do your own creative.
Sure, she didn't get to make her own stories, but like.
But also, can we talk about her notes process?
Oh, what? This was insane. Her notes process was like a bad episode of Sex and the City.
It was like a to-do list. The prince is male. He seems nice. I fell down in their drawing room. The daughter seems cool. It was like, what? It was just like her diary, but in like
it was like her diary, but
list form.
Exactly. It was like checkbox form. Weird.
I also really feel like I need to talk about her dad.
Yeah, I was gonna say we didn't talk about her dad enough. We'll go back.
Your own story?
Her dad is simultaneously from Russia, Italy, Mexico,
And the Bronx?
Walken, the Bronx.
Yeah, we got a Coney Island bloodhound and a blonde with sand. Hey, now this sounds like it's gonna be a big break.
It was. I would try to do an impression, but like it wouldn't even. Lost my mind.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe it would calm down. No, it didn't.
Nope.
Amber!
Hey, Pop. Sorry I haven't had much time to check in.
No problem. How goes it with my hotshot reporter?
So should we talk about Aldovia and the prince?
So we meet.
Well, he steals her cab.
He steals her cab. I thought he was wearing a disguise. Turns out he was just wearing a horrible wig and mustache, which were supposed to be real. Now, why wouldn't you just make it a note in the script that he just had a fake mustache on? It would be just as easy to be like, oh, that was doing it. It would have endeared me to him.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
oh, he was doing a bit. That's fun.
Yeah, he was doing his best Poirot.
Oh, look, he's a little silly. He's wearing his mustache guard at night. He's keeping it tidy. The queen is 63 years old, and yet she has a 11-year-old,
11,
11-year-old. I mean, she's a miracle baby because it didn't happen.
I mean, she did say it was a miracle baby, but like it was literally a miracle. It was like on so many levels.
Like, oh, you had this baby at
50.
51?
Maybe she just had like really, really delayed ovaries.
It was just...
You know, it was like she couldn't have a child, and then her body was like, oh, I should be going through menopause, but instead, now you can have a child.
Sure.
Doesn't make any sense.
I also thought it was like, there was like an undercurrent of this commentary of like, older women having babies have like sick babies. Because the daughter has like scoliosis. What does she have?
It wasn't scoliosis.
She can't
MS?
walk. No.
It's called spinal bifida.
This is what I was
She was my
interested-
favorite character.
Oh, the queen was... Oh, the daughter or the queen?
The daughter.
The queen's velvet outfits.
Oh, wait, well, yes.
I mean, she was making velvet work
Yes, she was.
for her. And
Yes.
I was like, yes, bitch. So, questions. But
Age?
I was
What's
like,
age? It's just a number.
I was like, what's this though? And then the dad died at very early.
But
But then when they showed his gravestone, he died very
At
early.
like 55, but he looked like he was 80. That was confusing.
That was fun. That was a fun time.
It was like they cast the movie and then
wrote
they
the script.
rewrote the script. It was like, oh no, but this is what happens. It was.
Oh, we got this fabulous bitch to be the queen. Well, we'll just figure that. No, I mean, I genuinely think there was some sort of commentary about like older women having babies.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe you're reading into it.
I think you're reading into it.
Okay, well, so he's shooting an arrow from 10 feet away?
5 feet away.
5 feet away?
It was like, oh,
And then I was like, she picks up that arrow. I was like, oh, she's shooting someone through the butt. And then it was the butt of a painting. And I was like, yeah, it was very paint by numbers.
Yep, very much
Like
so.
rom-com. Oh, also it's at Christmas. It was,
Yep.
Christmas was sort of an afterthought in this.
Yeah, well, it's certainly, Christmas was not the point of this movie.
No.
Whereas like a royal Christmas Christmas is a big deal.
Yeah.
Hallmark ones focus on Christmas.
And the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
And like trees.
And that's where the
snow and
heart
hymns.
comes from,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
This was more just like a royal rom-com that
Princess
takes...
Diaries that happened to take place at Christmas.
At Christmas.
So the little girl was the best actor.
Yeah.
Aside from the Queen. I felt the Queen...
The Queen was fine.
Didn't have a lot to do.
No.
But looked fabulous.
She looked great.
And I love that she figured it out.
You're gonna get me in big trouble if we don't start your lesson by 9.
Not nearly as much trouble as if I told them your real name.
Oh yeah, she's like so...
So basically the girl has like pretended to be the governess for the young girl, and she's gonna tutor her, and it's all sort of just like, sure, that works fine. So she's pretending to be someone she's not so she can scoop on the prince. And
Which apparently like the palace has 0 security. Like, right?
Like, oh, can we see your ID?
You don't have to check in or
nothing.
a passport or...
No, it's cool.
Oh.
It's all for love and Christmas. Should we talk about the villains of the movie?
The gay villain? I was confused by this because, first of all, fuck you movie for having another gay villain. Like, we have to perpetuate that trope.
You shall address me as Lord Duxbury.
I find that nobility who insist on using their title is the same as those who drive Ferraris.
And what's wrong with my Ferrari?
Nothing wrong with it, it's just what it's compensating for.
So
he's a gay villain who's not a gay villain. It was like, oh, he's into this.
No, he wasn't. He was gay. He was into ambition and being gay.
Yeah.
So it's the prince's ex-girlfriend who wants to be queen.
Yeah.
Decides this. I mean, the under the surface conversation is that she is going to pretend to be the second in line gay cousin's beard.
Yeah.
You mean besides the fact that the prince is smitten with her?
They don't say that.
No.
That's what's going on.
Wouldn't that have been better?
It would have been so much better if he was just like out and proud and like, oh, but like they won't accept me because this backwards ass country.
Sure.
Whatever the fuck. Let's get together. They probably would have ruled the country better.
Or even that would have been really. But then I would have wanted that to be the case. And then ultimately he finds his Christmas prince.
Love it.
We should just write that. We can't call it a Christmas prince now though.
Oh, Holy Night.
Sure. No, that one's different.
They're already at a castle.
That one's different. That one's
and they travel through time via Magic Castle.
Christmas magic, Santa.
Christmas Magic Castle.
Yeah,
because
snow globe.
He lived at the castle back in the Dark Ages.
Oh, but he was gay.
And he couldn't express himself.
Oh, I love it.
You just turned into Linda from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, I love this tree.
I want to talk about the kitchen and how they clearly had the actors set design it. I'm not sure. So they're in the kitchen and they have one of those, what do you call it, for hanging pots,
Yep.
you know.
Oh my god.
And it's just like a spatula, a tea kettle, a spoon. What? Who's hanging their tea kettle up here? With a spatula.
That's not what you do.
A rogue spoon. What the fuck is this?
Here's a ladle. But also cookie making montage.
Cookie making montage.
Drink.
At a certain point, they're doing like a big town square festival, something or another, and the guy who's like the abominable snowman in the crowd. Do you remember?
Yes.
And I was like, oh, this is clearly going to be something. This was a choice that they.
Nope.
Oh, it's just an extra. It's just an extra that was dressed like the abominable snowman for the day.
The snacks at the like fancy to do. None of them was it gross. It was like, okay, first of all, it's gross and it's something that they wouldn't serve. But also, when you pause it and look at the plate and the way that they're serving it, it's like shitty.
It looks disgusting.
It's like, this is not like...
It's probably plastic.
It's like a plastic plate and a whatever, and it's like, wait, I'm sorry, no. This is like a royal castle.
They spent all of their money on the queen's velvet gowns. Yeah, the set design was wacky. Then remember the music room that was just like violin.
There was a music room?
Yeah, remember he like plays the piano, like random instruments just sort of like set up to be in the
This
dust.
movie had so many issues.
Oddly enough, the budget was much higher than Hallmark movies, and yet there was a lot like shittier production.
Yeah.
So like at a certain point, they show the prince riding his horse in like an aerial shot, and it's just a person with black hair. It's like absolutely not the prince whatsoever. Put a hat on him. Something. Remember the whole like Philippe Wolf scene?
Yeah.
Like she like follows him on a horse on a Clydesdale, and you're like, Philippe,
oh, Papa.
and she gets attacked by wolves Question mark? Do we see
A
the
wolf?
wolves? Do we see them? I feel like we
I think
only
we
hear
see
them.
one. No, I think we
I'm,
see
like,
one. I
forgetting.
don't remember.
And
Oh
he
boy.
saves her. It was.
John, get away! Get out of here!
I will say I did love that cabin that he took her to, though.
That was the best part.
Yeah.
I use antlers in all of
In
my
my
decorating.
decorating.
It was very that.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
Yeah.
This movie could have used a Gaston. You know, like some foil.
That's
Like,
and
what was
so
the
okay.
foil? It was like,
So in the Gay Christmas Prince, right?
Yeah.
You flip it, and he is the
that's
Gaston.
what we'll call it. We'll just call it the Gay Christmas Prince.
Oh my god, I love it.
But like, he's the
He's
Gay
gay.
Christmas Prince.
Yeah, like he's the Gaston, but you still think it's a romance between them. He's not super Gaston-y. He's like Gaston light. And you're like, okay, I guess I could get into this romance. It's not the best. He's kind of like a chauvinist pig, but just a little bit.
Yeah, and he's like hot, so it's a movie.
And then you're like, oh wait, it's really about the gay under guy who like is illegitimate but legitimate, and he needs to
So she finds out that the Christmas Prince is adopted.
Yeah.
This felt unnecessary to moi.
It was such like a whole thing.
Just like, and he was adopted, and now there's legal talk about and it was still like, is that still a thing that the little girl couldn't have been queen?
Male bloodline. It's totally unfair.
I was like, oh, so both of the kids are adopted. Because, like, obviously this little
Like,
girl's
obviously
12
this little girl's
and the
adopted.
queen is 80. So,
I think I would like to say that throwing snowballs at someone's window to get their attention is
Bad.
unacceptable.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey!
Like, really hard, loud,
Yeah,
like,
no.
that's been a weird, like thing.
Stalkery.
Mm-mm.
I don't care for it.
Nope.
So the last thing I think we need to talk about is the absolutely horrific ring that he gives her at the end. With like the aquamarine in the middle. It's atrocious.
The setting was the worst part.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Aquamarine is my birthstone, so like...
But in a wedding ring full of diamonds with that big, it was just so cheesy.
Oh, the whole thing was
Ugh.
awful. But I'm not mad at like an engagement ring or like fuck diamonds, because you know the whole thing about diamond wedding rings or engagement rings is bullshit anyway.
It should have been like a leaf or some acorn, like something that had to do with them.
Oh, like a wooden hewn thing or some
I carved
stupid
this
nonsense.
For some whatever.
Oh my
who cares? At least I would have been like, oh yeah, because that was your thing. Or,
Ooh.
oh no.
I am here for a Christmas movie with like a woodworker.
Ooh, a whittler.
Yeah, like a little Geppetto-iness, but like, you know, maybe it is Geppetto. Like where he carves something and like the Christmas wish is that like it comes to life or it's some sort of magical. We can play with it, but like we can Santa's workshop it.
I feel like it would have to be a female whittler.
Love it.
Who made a boyfriend.
Oh boy.
And it came to life.
Don't love that.
But like if it was the other way around, it's gross. It's gross.
Oh, that's definitely gross.
It's gross both ways. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how you would.
She willows a dildo that turns into.
So yeah, I would say you could watch Christmas Prince because it's
definitely.
easy to watch.
It's very easy to watch.
But there's a lot better ones.
There are.
And
I agree.
It was like so cliched. It was funny, and
Yeah.
there's things that were crazy about it. But it was like overall like
Yeah.
Like even her gown at the end, I was like, can't wait for this. Oh, it was okay. It was kind of, and her makeup's kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's wearing Converse. Was that her thing? I guess it was. Oh, okay.
I'm ready to talk about another movie that I liked.
Marry Me at Christmas.
Yes.
So Marry Me at Christmas, starring Uma Thurman's doppelganger.
I liked her.
Yeah.
And I liked him even. He wasn't great, but he was fine and cute.
He was sort of like a Channing Tatum type.
Yes.
You know, he's playing like an action star. So Marry at Christmas is small town.
Yep.
In
California.
So she runs this bridal shop, and this young woman comes in. I don't even remember how they end up meet.
She literally comes in and she's like,
oh, I'm getting married in like a week.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay, well, we can do that. Like, we'll get you a dress.
She was very professional.
She was, and then
She
it
did
was
her
just,
job.
and then the woman just thought that she was a wedding planner. Don't know why she thought that, But she did.
Okay, no. I need help. So much help.
I mean, this movie was garbage, but I loved it.
Oh yeah, it was great. So, turns out her brother, the girl getting married's brother, is the most famous action star Channing Tatum type guy.
Yep.
And so he's gonna come up for the wedding, and everyone in town is like, oh my god, Rick Fire. What the fuck was his name? Some Stone Cold John Steele. Chase Stone.
John Stone. John. I don't remember. Who cares?
Steve Slate. Kurt Affair.
Jeremy Irons.
That was gonna be Harrison Ford's, like, they were gonna try and make him change his name. And he was gonna be Kurt Affair.
Wow.
No. It was super cute. So he comes to town and he just wants to give his sister the best wedding.
Yeah, he wants to pay for everything, and he wants the nicest stuff, and she doesn't want anything to do with his Hollywood highfalutin things.
That was even a little more dramatic than the movie.
Well, I don't know. It was a lot of like, oh, you and your big town ideas, you get out of here.
There was a lot of like, stupid boy, leave us alone. We're planning this wedding without you. Give us the check.
Yeah.
An invitation is actually attached to this hand-blown glass ornament, which becomes a wedding keepsake. Pretty cool, huh?
I was thinking something more like this.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll take one of your ideas.
But it was also like a lot of like big city shaming. It was weird to me, just that it was oh, you city folk, we don't like your kind here. You have to slow down and live in the small town life, or you can't get with me. If you want to get access to this, you gotta slow it down.
If you want to be my lover, gotta get with my friends.
No, if you want to be my lover, you have to buy this gorgeous house in the ski town.
Buy this gorgeous house in the ski town that we get to live in, but I'm still going to act like I have small town values, and you're going to quit Hollywood?
You're going to quit Hollywood, but you have enough money that it's fine, and I can have a dress shop that doesn't make any money, but apparently it's going to be set because you're famous and everyone's going to want to come here. Confusing. Doesn't matter.
She has a real in-your-face mom. Her mom was very, oh, is he going to date Steele Ward? What the fuck was his name?
Is that Johnny Blake?
They were cute. He was cute enough. Like, they had chemistry, and it was, like, cute enough.
Well, and
they also have an impromptu snowball fight.
Yes, they do. That checks off the list. No dead parents. No, he has dead parents.
He has, both his parents are dead.
I think that's a double drink.
I hope he has a good financial plan.
Yeah,
if he stops working.
It's like nonsense. And also I don't understand because it's like, okay, he could literally go do Iron Man 3 or whatever the fuck it was. Firestarter.
Jack Fire.
Jack Fire 3, whatever.
Inferno's Tower.
Who cares? He could go do that movie for 3 months.
Yeah, and then
come back and
pay
live
for her.
Right? The rest of the 9 months while she's growing his child that they can spend in Wintertown, Gold Rush Town.
Christmas Town.
Sure, everything's great, and then it's like, shit, honey, this kid's just too fucking expensive. I gotta go make another movie. I'll be back in 2 months. Why don't you come with me? You can let the store, because no one's buying wedding dresses at this goddamn stupid store in this tiny town. It's nonsense. But I didn't care. I loved it.
Did they make cookies?
He made cookies.
They made cookies.
He baked cookies. Had a tree decorating montage where it was like, what? You haven't decorated the sad, lonely house and the sad, lonely tree?
He bought that house fast. There was no escrow period.
No. He's like, oh, I bought the house, didn't I tell you? I'm going to stay here forever.
She should have been like...
Or maybe not. Maybe that wasn't part of it. Maybe they really are. Maybe it's like, I bought the house, I'm going to live here, but then also I'm going to go do movies because I have to pay for the shit.
Well, regardless of that, he bought the house very quickly. Mm-hmm. It was just like, and now I'm already living in this house. I was like...
Well, April, when you pay all cash, then,
Here, have it.
Yeah. So I would definitely say you should...
You could totally
watch Marry Me This Christmas. Or
Marry Me at Christmas?
Sure. Marry Me Christmas. I don't know.
Hitched to Christmas, Marry Me. There's a lot.
4 Weddings and a Christmas, I think is one of them.
Christmas.
I recorded it. I haven't watched it yet.
My DVR is
full. Cheers.
Cheers.